In this podcast, we have conversations about personal experiences with loss, grief, and unexplained spiritual encounters.
Whether it's a dream, a visit, a vision, or a newfound life after loss, we believe life and love never dies.
This is Surviving Death and Dying
With Trisha
and Misty. Don't underestimate the power of positivity, Trisha,
Yes.
And who you believe you are. And if you keep a positive attitude, you will attract more of the same to you. And that almost sounds too good to be true and too simple, doesn't it?
Yes, it's always easier said than done, but it's easy when you start thinking about positive things that are happening in your life, positive thoughts. It's always good to have that universal law of attraction.
Well, and that's true. And that's the first step. You have to understand the universal law of attraction. We are energy. We believe that. We've talked about that. And the universe is full of vibrations. So if we understand how our thoughts are energy and the type of energy we put out is the type of energy we will get back, it starts to make a little more sense.
It's almost like that word karma.
Yes.
What goes around comes around. So what you put out there is going to come back to you as well. That's a way of looking at it. And also the book on The Secret. I don't know if you've read the book, The Secret.
Yep. I love that book. I've read the book. I've seen the film and I have it on repeat sometimes.
There you go. And one of the things that I remember from that is also like the vision boards or dream boards, depends on what you want to call it. I mean, that way you have that in front of you every day to keep you positive and looking at what you want for yourself.
Right. And for anyone who's not familiar with The Secret, that is a book. They also have a film on how to use the law of attraction concept to improve your own life. It's by Rhonda Byrne, and she talks about how your thoughts actually control your universe. And I just love that concept because it puts you more in control. At the same time, you're going to have to take some ownership as to why your life might be bad. Maybe it is coming from you.
Right. You got to think that positivity, what you see is what you're going to get back. And you have to listen to what, not just you're hearing, got to listen to what you are saying out loud, because what you're saying could be negative,
right?
And you don't want that negative out there for your life or anybody else's life.
It's true. So you kind of really have to look inward at your own life and really be honest with yourself. What do you see? Do you see negativity or patterns of stress that aren't going away? And you think you can't change it, but guess what? You can.
Yes. You can do anything that you put your mind to make things happen. So let's get that positive. Let's think of the word yes out there.
And if you listen to things you say, and I've seen people like this, if they really listen to themselves, they might realize how they're being negative. Or maybe if it's a positive person, they can hear all the time how they're being positive. But I think that's one of the first steps when you look inward is really listening to yourself. Are you saying things that are negative? And I've pointed that out to people I love that are dear and close to me. And they've said, I'm just being realistic. And
right.
And I thought, well, there's a fine line there, realistic or negative.
Right. I've been on both spectrums. So I've said things and realized, probably shouldn't have said that because that's not a positive way of saying it or looking at things. And then I would point out to other people, do you know what you're saying to me or saying to others right now? Do you hear yourself? Right. So you gotta, I know I've done both. So
yeah.
And with this book, it has helped me see that different things I've done have helped me realize what I've been doing and helped me change myself to get on that positive road for me.
And you just pointed out something that's important is to observe and listen to what you're surrounded with all day. Maybe some of the influence is coming from the people you are around and what type of energy that they're putting out and that you're picking up. So
Yes.
maybe that's where you need to start as well.
Yeah. And not just the people you surround yourself with, it's also where you work.
Mhm.
And the kind of place that you work. It also depends on that. Because if there's a lot of negativity in the work that you do, it's gonna be all around you. And that's your job is like your second life. So
Yeah.
that's the second place you spend most of your time besides in your home.
Mhm.
It's at work. So you got to think of the people that you talk to at work and got to start changing their way of thinking as well.
So if you can surround yourself with people that you enjoy being around, people that will lift you up and that actually make you happy. Otherwise, you might be falling into this belief or a habit of negativity. You may even start to have self-doubt about yourself. And the complaining negative energy that you're around could be beating you down. And if you pull that in and focus on that, then that's what you're also going to attract. And that's a very good point. The biggest place that could be a problem is at work.
Yeah. I mean, I've had it at different workplaces. So that's like a big hit for me. And also, I was in the industry with for dance. I mean, they're trying to be positive out there, but they also give you negative little things in there that you don't realize are negative until you really think about it.
Mhm.
Oh, that looks good, but, and then there's that word, but in there.
Right.
So it's always good to try to put the good in there, try to tell them the positive. Don't always put out that negative and what, oh, you need to work on this, this, and this. That's going to bring somebody down and bring them into the negative side.
Right.
So what, like I said, what goes around comes around, and you want to be the one to be positive in other people's lives as well.
And I think that people don't realize they can try turning it around in their own life and on purpose and decide today that you will be happy. And I know this is especially hard if you are grieving the loss of someone, you're not happy and you feel guilty being happy, or you shouldn't be happy, or because that person is gone, you feel guilty. But you are the one, you are the only one that could turn that around within yourself. And it starts by just deciding, okay, from now on, I need to be positive. I need to be happy. How am I going to do that? I need to start today.
Right. You have to start with yourself and first, and then you can help others. And with, like you said, during the grieving process, it is hard to find that positivity in there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to look at that grieving process and find that happy thing that they liked, your loved one liked, like the music that they like, that positive part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to that and make that the part that makes you happy, and turn it around for yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
not making it that grieving process so long. Sometimes it feels like it's so long because there's all that negativity in there.
Right.
And if you start looking at the happy things, like I was telling, we've talked about many times in different podcasts, for me, the happy, when I think of my dad, like, yeah, I'm
Right.
sad that he's gone, but you know what? I watched those Dodger games,
Yeah.
and that makes me happy. And that gives me positivity right there.
That's true.
So you find those happy things that you did with your loved ones during that
Mhm.
grieving time, and that can help you turn around that negative feeling that you have and to make it happy again.
That's right. You have to take action. It's your life. You are in control. You first just have to believe that, and don't wait for life to happen to you, because you need to make life happen. And I know a lot of people that feel they're always playing the role of like the victim. Life is happening to them, things happen to them. That's where we have to start inside with our head. And we have to swap that around and say, no, you know what? This is my life. I want something different. But the hard thing is now how to actually do that, because it's not easy. Like we were saying in the
Yeah,
beginning, it's a lot easier to say, just be happy, just like the
right.
song, be happy.
Yeah, and it's
Uh,
okay to be sad too. Just know
right.
it's okay to be sad, because we all have those times in our lives that we were sad. But you
Hmm.
want to try to make things positive and be happy,
Hmm.
like we're saying. And there's different ways like that you can do that.
Hmm.
I know one of the things that we both do, we have affirmations that we use in our lives. I have an app that I use that I look at on a daily basis on different times of the day. It's not always at the same time for me, but when I'm starting to have that feeling of sadness or negativity coming in, that's when I pull out my phone and pull up that affirmation to help me find that positive again.
There's several that I found, some guided meditations that are already set up, but you can even write your own and record them and play them back and just say things like, I am strong, I am creative, I am loving, I can handle any tough situation. You can write them
Right.
down, anything that you feel you need to reinforce in yourself and your good attributes and or things you even want and aspire to be, and
Right.
listen to them every day. Either fall asleep to them, wake up to them, go for a walk. And
Yes.
if you mess up one day, it's okay because you got
Right.
tomorrow. If you didn't do it right today.
Yeah. And also I have on my Facebook, on my own personal Facebook, it was a positive thinking. They have I believe it's called positive thinking, and it shows up every day with different positive sayings.
Oh, cool.
I like that too. And I always repost it,
Oh, yeah.
almost all of them,
Yep.
because they're so like, I'm like, oh, that feels good. I want other people to take that and help them feel good too.
I had a little like deck of cards that are positive mantra type things that I would go around at work at one of the places I worked, and I would hand them out to people, and I'd either let them just randomly draw one or I'd pick one for them that I thought, this is, and I said, set this on your desk and think of it every day. And it was a lot of fun, and they enjoyed it. And then when I'd go around the next day, I would collect the cards they had. So I'd always have a full deck and I'd hand them out again. Yeah.
I like that idea, especially if you're in an office situation. That helps bring people, not just the positivity, it brings people together and be like, look what I got,
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
They really enjoyed it, and it's like, oh, look, today you are beautiful. It's like, oh my gosh, I needed that today. It was always a really neat thing. But to that, I think you even mentioned there's a book out there that has daily positive affirmations that people can get.
Yes, I saw on Amazon. I personally haven't gotten this one yet, but it looks very interesting. It's 365 Days of Positive Affirmations by Nicole Lockhart.
Okay.
So I might look into getting that myself, because it's always good to have it near your bed or at your desk, wherever you are the most.
Right.
Just pull it out and just read that day. If it's by day, open up that day and say, okay, this is good.
Right.
I can do this. And I love those positive affirmations.
And it's not very different from, like, I was raised with morning devotionals, and I think you have them too. I haven't kept up with them recently, but I'm married into a family of ministers. So I know morning devotions are always important. And I did go to a church camp growing up that did them. Do you have any, you've been looking at morning devotions, haven't you?
Yes, I have one that's for morning and night. So you have one for in the morning and one at night. So you have a good thought, positive thought in the morning, and one right before you go to bed. So it's a really good thing. And it's what I like the name of it, just having the name in front of me. It's called Be Strong and Courageous. That's just looking at that sometimes helps me, just knowing that's there. Okay. I'm strong, I'm courageous, I can do anything. Having that. And what was funny is today, when I looked at my affirmation on my phone app, it says, I am strong and courageous. And I was like, they go together today.
Oh, they matched. Look at that. Yes. And well, and that's what the neatest thing that I find kind of magical out of stuff like that is, and I guess no different than when people look at horoscopes, but you could look at a devotion like that, a morning affirmation from any of these sources. And when it lines up and it hits exactly what you needed to hear today, I think that speaks to knowing there's more to this life than we understand. Someone somewhere in the universe knew you needed that message today, and they found a way to bring it to you.
Yeah. And it's your angels.
Yes. It's your angels, and it's a way to, but it does have to start with you, because if you're insisting on being negative and grumpy and life is happening to you, you're not going to even see those things.
Yeah, you're not going to pull out that book or pull out your phone and look at these affirmations at all. I mean, there's also like the Bible, which has the different verses that can help somebody. I have one that's always on my desk when I'm working, and it's I can do anything through Christ who strengthens me, and it's Philippians 4:13. I love that one, and I always have that near me as well. So not just the devotionals, you have the Bible right there too, that can help bring you that positivity in your life as well.
Right. And if you pay that forward to other people, that can also be positive and rewarding to you. Right?
So if you walk by somebody that you don't know, and say, oh, I love your hair, or I love that shirt you're wearing, something that gives them, oh, I look good today, or, oh, thank you. That makes somebody feel good. So you can share that positivity with other people around you. And I love that when somebody says that to me, I'm like, oh, wow, I don't even know you. When you just said this to me, I'm like, I take it to heart. I'm like, thank you. Like, it's something you're not expecting. It's a great thing.
Yeah. And that, that's an amazing power that you have, is to bring happiness and positivity to other people and to lift them up. And maybe that's something they needed that day. And you have no idea what's going on in their life. And yet you can, with positivity and compliments or generosity or something, just share it and pass it on.
Yeah. Even a smile to them. I know we're wearing, a lot of people are wearing masks still.
The eyes, you can tell they're smiling.
The eyes, they're smiling. I mean, and when we get back to the days where we don't have to wear those masks, the smile does help somebody. I love getting smiles from other people. That means they're happy. And that just is contagious.
It is.
That smile is contagious, and I love it.
Another thing that I find is really helpful to pull me into a more positive attitude and feeling in my own life is to have gratitude and really think about what you're grateful for. And even if you think your life is pretty stinky right now, look around you and find the things that you can be thankful for, even if they're small, and just focus on, thank goodness I am in a nice, dry, warm bed inside my house, or whatever it can be. My tummy is full today.
Exactly.
Just have gratitude and be thankful and work on being thankful every day.
Just those little tiny things. Like it's great to have my brother right here when I need him, or my dog. I'm thankful for my dogs. Like those things are great to have, and they put a smile on your face. It's great to have gratitude and being thankful.
It's true. And if you change your beliefs, you can change your life.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I agree with that.
We're all supported by the universe. And when we realize that, when we truly accept it, we are opening up the gates to just a more satisfying and abundant life.
Yes. Love yourself and love others.
That's it for today. Thanks for listening. We'd love to hear from you. So email us at trisha.misty.tm@gmail.com.
You can also go to our website, survivingdeathanddying.com, for links to the books we talk about. So please like, share, subscribe, and follow.
Well, we did it again. We survived death and dying, another episode.
Because we believe life and love never dies.